Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Wednesday, January 17th was the first day to file for place on the May 5th, 2018 Silver Springs City Council ballot. Places 1, 2, and 3 are on the ballot this year. On the morning of the first day, incumbent Craig Johnson filed for place 1, and his challenger, Justin Davidson, also filed. Both Johnson and Davidson had announced on social media their intentions to file well before the first day to file. According to Hopkins County Sheriff's Office, the hundreds of cattle seized by the SPCA of Texas and the Hopkins County Sheriff's Office December 4th through 6th of 2017 are being sold at auction today, this Wednesday, January 17th. According to the court order issued in a settlement reached in Justice of the Peace Court and upheld in an appeal made by the owner of the cattle, George Bergen, age 61. Bergen had made his appeal to the Hopkins County Court at Law. Bergen faces a felony cruel to animal charge which will not be influenced by the decision of the court regarding the sale of the animals. The proceeds from the sale will reimburse the state of Texas and Hopkins County for any expenses in the care and maintenance of the cattle. The remainder of the proceeds over expenses will be paid to Bergen. If the sale proceeds fall short, Bergen will be responsible for the additional charges and the upkeep of the cattle until the time of sale. Como-Picton schools canceled classes Wednesday due to an electrical power outage. The school administration had first announced a 2-hour delay, and then as time drew near for the start of the delayed opening, they determined not to keep families waiting and canceled school because power had not been restored. A SWEPCO Wood County electrical power outage in the Winsboro area and well beyond Winsboro throughout Wood County left approximately 12,000 customers without power on Tuesday. Yannis School sent students home early due to the lack of electrical power on Tuesday. The outage began at 8 a.m. Tuesday morning and continued until about 2:30 p.m. in the Yantis area, according to a customer of the power company. Businesses in the area were affected. A Christian music and encouragement streaming radio service, lightradio.online, a ministry of White Oak Baptist Church near Yantis, was also off air during the outage. Employment remains strong in the Hopkins County area, according to the latest report from the Northeast Texas Workforce Development. In their area labor market information for November 2017, the unemployment rate for the county is 3.1, with a labor force of 17,211 and 16,671 of those employed. Texas' unemployment rate is at 3.7. Hopkins County leads all other counties in the Northeast Texas area except Delta County. Delta County also has the lowest employment numbers with a labor force of 2,524 and employment numbers of 2,451. Hopkins County showed 540 unemployed who are seeking employment in the area. Lamar County is the only other county with an unemployment rate below 4 in the Northeast Texas area. Morris County has an unemployment rate of 6.9, followed by Cass County with a 5.1. In the areas outside Northeast Texas but near Hopkins County, Rains County has a 3.2 unemployment rate, Rockwall County a 3 unemployment rate, Hunt County a 3.4, and Wood County a 4.1 unemployment rate. With a groundbreaking set for Dobbins Rods at the Pioneer Park near Cello Corps on the corner of CMH Road and Main Street in Sulphur Springs, unemployment numbers in Hopkins County should continue to reflect a low unemployment rate. The groundbreaking was set for 11 a.m. Thursday, according to the Sulphur Springs Hopkins County Economic Development Corporation. However, due to cold temperatures, the event has been rescheduled. Dobbins rods are designed by Gary Dobbins with an input from other elite anglers across the country, and with over 100 fishing rods in a 5 series ranging in price from $80 to $350, Dobbins Rods has developed a unique technique for specific rods for any situation. Here's Don Julian with sports.
The number 8 ranked Wildcats basketball team defeated Greenville 63-37 at home Tuesday night. The Wildcats are 5-0 in district play and 22-3 for the season. The Wildcats jumped on Greenville early and then seemed to cruise through the second half. After the game, I talked with Wildcats coach Clark Cipolletta.
I thought we did a good job coming out early, and I thought we executed the first couple of plays, and we got a good jump on them. Greenville's a young team, and they're kind of like what we were probably 4 years ago. So he has a little bit of a learning curve, and he's a new coach in there, so and he's doing a good job with them. But I was proud of the guys by getting up early. I thought at times we did some stuff uncharacteristic. I thought just offensive rebounding. We allow way too many offensive rebounds, and we just didn't play very hard, I thought, through the rest. Once we got up, I just thought we created some bad habits in there. But, you can never be too upset about a win.
And a team pleaser, too, because all 13 guys got to play, and 11 of them got on the scorebook.
Yeah, I was proud of the guys, especially that second unit when they came in. They brought a spark of energy. They executed. They played well, and importantly, they played for each other. They were really swinging the ball, trying to get each other some scores. They weren't taking selfish shots. They were getting stops, and, I was pleased to see that.
Bryson Lynn, the leading scorer with 11, and Victor had 10. And then, of course, Cameron Kahn was the king of the fourth quarter there with 7.
Yes, and the crazy thing is I think Kahn could go start on probably just about any team in our district because we're that deep and we're that competitive, as the Sulphur Springs whole unit. So we have a lot of weapons, and it's good to see many guys get in and get playing time because I know they all love to play. And sometimes, unfortunately, we can't always get them in just depending on the game. But when they do, it's fun to watch them.
Yeah, got another big crowd here, and trying to please that crowd, maybe with a few missed dunks and stuff that kind of look sloppy from time to time.
Yes, sloppy is another good word to put it. I thought, we're gonna jump up and dunk it, but I wish at times we make a simple, easier play. But easier said than done. I know it's hard for young kids. I have to remind myself you're coaching teenagers and. Getting them to stay focused throughout the course of a whole game when it's like that is challenging. It's almost more challenging than, preparing for the game just in general. So, but, like I said, pleased for a win, never upset about one.
And they look like they're having a lot of fun. Winning is fun, and but they just seem to be enjoying the whole process.
Yes, they are. We have a fun group, too much fun at times, but yes, they do have fun, and I'm glad it's a great experience for them because a lot of them are not going to go play basketball at the next level. Some might get to, but I want it to be one of the best experiences of their lives, and I know it was one of mine. So the more fun that we can have in doing it, and winning cures a lot of that as well. But we're happy for it.
If I was trying to lay a trap for the Wildcats, Hallsville might be a pretty good place to put that trap. They call it the trap game, with a tough team, probably looking like a good shot maybe at the playoffs, and playing at home, which has always been kind of a tough place to play there in Hallsville. So a good team on a tough court.
Yes, they beat Greenville like 99-37, so they can really shoot the ball, especially in their home gym, so they're going to be that much more capable of scoring. And like you said, it's just a tough place to play. In all my years, I think Mount Pleasant and then Hallsville is probably the second toughest place to go and play. And they have a good coach over there who does a good job with them, and they run a good system, and all of his kids are disciplined. So, we really have to come in focus. I'm afraid if we come in with the same focus, it's going to be a really, challenging game, more challenging than it has to be. But yes, we got to get back to the grind and get back to the process and take care of business.
You took the word right out of my mouth, though. Laser focus, really, going to be required. Can't, let this Hallsville team sneak up on you.
Yes, and then that's going into every game. I have to stress that quite a bit. I told them, I'm proud that we beat Mount Pleasant. I know it's a really hard win, but I don't want that to be the highlight of y'all's season. We still have a lot of stuff to do, and not coming focused into one of these other games and slipping up, could cost you. What we're after is a district title, so just got to stay laser focused, and that's why they pay me and Manning the big bucks, I guess, so that we can keep them that way. But it'll be challenging, and we're looking forward to it.
Best of luck, Coach.
Thank you so much.
The number 9 ranked Lady Cats basketball team used a lot of scoring in the second and third quarter to defeat Greenville 63-32 on the road Tuesday night. The Lady Cats are 7-0 in district play and 21-3 for the season. I talked with Lady Cats coach Jeff Chapman.
We just gave up too many points to the first, at the first quarter. But at halftime, I think we were up 13. And then we're trying to use the motto of first 5 minutes of third quarter, come out strong and make things happen. And we're trying, we tend to do that. And the thing is, though, with the second time around, when you're playing teams for the second time around, it's tough to do the same thing you did before, because they look at film and study and decide who the players. They were trying to really guard Kaylee, and we had to call things to get other people in those same slots and make different things happen. So we had to score in different ways this time. The first time they hadn't seen it, and he was new coach, and he hadn't seen anything we were doing.
Sadavia had another good game, I think 24 points, something like that for her, so she poured them in.
She struggled at first. She had kind of off night shooting. None of us, I don't think, we didn't hit 1 3. Nope. And we've been, 2 or 3 threes, and sometimes even more. But Sadavia, she played well overall, but at different times she was struggling. She was pressing herself. She has a lot of people there to watch her play, and that tends to sometimes make you rush and kind of get over anxious.
Yeah, 0 for 7 from three-point land and less than 50% from the free throw line is a concern for you, or is it just kind of up and down?
Free throws are more of a concern than the shooting, because we've been shooting the ball better, especially in practice and sometime in the games. We just been, really shooting better. But that's just something you have to keep working on. And free throw shooting, that's one of the keys to the game. In every game, I listen to coaches' pregame speeches, after the game, all that is free throws. Free throws, you just don't shoot a high percentage anymore, because kids practice three-point shots and dunks, boys dunks and three-point shots, and girls, they're practicing their ball handling and threes.
You were concerned about the turnover total after the last game, but in Greenville game, it was a relatively low, 10 or 11, I think.
Okay, I'll take it. Okay, that's unusual for us. Win or lose, I'm looking at not win or lose, but score like against High, we had like 23, and we won by 3. Then we beat Mount Pleasant by 30, and we still had 21. So I asked them to bring the turnovers down, and we did. So I got to be pleased with that.
All right, very good. Now, coming up next, Hallsville will be in here, and we really clobbered them at home the last time. But like you say, they've seen you now, and they'll have to see what happens the second time around.
Well, I just got through. I was in SAC looking at film on them and trying to see what they did. They ran a man and a 1-2-2, and defensively, we've been trying to throw in some wrinkles. So hopefully we can show them something a little bit different, but still do our twilight that seemed to give them a lot of trouble. But we just have to go play them with enthusiasm and the vigor of trying to improve. Sometimes we go out there with we don't have an end game. We don't have in our mind what we want to try to do. When the other team is playing harder, not to get beat bad like they did last time, but then we don't understand. We got to, play that much harder to improve. So hopefully we can improve against Hallsville and have a good game.
Just one final word on the shooting. We were pretty negative on it, but overall, counting all the 2-point baskets, 50%. So good night shooting overall. Just the threes and the free throws are kind of down.
Yeah, we got a lot of layups, and we get in the paint shots, and those are important places to catch the ball for us. But we need to improve on our threes, and we shoot them every day. That's the thing. I'm letting the kids shoot more, and I'm not working so much on defense. But then on free throws, we got to play more of a game where we shoot and if you miss, you run and come back and you shoot. That tends to make them focus a little bit harder because it's more of a premium. If I say, okay, go make 12 free throws or go make 15 or go make 20, the emphasis is not there because there's no penalty. So I have to improve on that.
The Wildcats co-ed tennis team will open their season in a dual meet at Sherman Thursday at 3 p.m., weather permitting. I talked tennis Wednesday morning with Wildcats tennis coach Tony Martinez.
We've had a good practice even over the holidays. We worked twice, 2 days a week before Christmas and after the New Year's Eve. So we really had some good practices. And we're really looking forward. The kids are ready to play. I mean, they've been playing and they've been fighting me this whole week because, how cold it's been this week. But they're ready to play against Sherman, on Thursday.
Sherman pretty good. They have been in the past.
They're still a good team, very competitive, and we have our hands full with them, but I wouldn't want any other way. I mean, that's how we're going to get better, by playing, a little bit tougher teams.
And we remember a lot of names from team tennis with your guys and girls, and have you pretty much got the same group starting this spring?
I do. I did lose some key players. I lost one of my top boys who'd been around for the last 3 years. I lost Blaine Flemons. He decided to go, with his, he's more crafted into the future Farmers of America type deal. So he, that's, and I wish him the best of luck that way, but hopefully he'll come back in team tennis. We did have that talk, but the rest of it, and then I lost another girl from some injuries, Elisa Lusinger. She back just never healed over the holidays. And she's her senior year and just doesn't want to really damage anymore, to her body. So she just she's taken out of the class too. So we're going to manage what we have, but we're still competitive, and we're looking forward to playing this semester.
We're kind of used to the team tennis format, but in the spring it's more kind of on the individual, isn't it? To them against their opponent.
Right. They get to choose. And we go to these tournaments, and we're playing like 7 to 8 tournaments this semester. And the players have to choose, either going singles or doubles, because when we get to district, they have to pick one. So usually I split them up, and if they need to play one or two just to get the singles out of their, out of the way, and I figure they're not going to go far, and where they go doubles, we have a better chance going the doubles route.
Seems like to me maybe singles is a little more attractive, but I don't know. It might depend on the individual. There may be some players that really like, the duo approach.
They do. They like the competitive. The big key here is, either going singles, because usually if we have doubles, they have to rely on their partner being at practices, being there every day. This other way, the singles, it's up to them, and they're up for the challenge. So I've seen and heard different ways how they want to go about it, but they're going to go, they make their choices here in the next week or two.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.